Chelsea fans, YouTube fans, we are back. We are back once again. We've got some big news today. We'll get straight into it. Pep Chavarria is very close to joining Chelsea. The final fee is expected to be around 25 million. Real Vallecano, or however you say that club in La Liga, and Chelsea are working on the final details to finalize everything. Pep is ready to fly to London for his medicals. Where does this come from? Because the last thing that we saw with him, was that they wanted his release clause. He was going to be like 42 million, and all of a sudden they go, you know what? We'll take the 25 million. You can have him. Because I don't understand where that come from. I don't know if Xavi worked some magic to get him in, but we'll take it. This is a great signing. I feel like he's 28 years old. He has a 9.7 transfer value, so 25 seems about fair. He's 5'9", so he doesn't fit the tall, physical nature that Xavi's been wanting with a lot of these players we've gotten recently. But whoever Xavi wants, get him in. It is more than fine with me getting this man. Spanish, look, again, I think the 28-year-old part is huge. It seems like Xavi Alonso wants a leader in each spot of the field. Goalkeeper, Sanchez, he's 26, 27, so he's already there. Then in the defense, we lost Cucurella. You have Tosin, but it's Tosin. So Pep, he will probably be a starter. I'm assuming maybe him and Hato will split a lot of time. We're definitely not going to get Lewis Hall now. So he wants a leader and an old senior player in each part of the field. Pep will be that for the defense. For the midfield, it will be Jordan Henderson. And then for the attack, it will be Danny Welbeck. So I like this. I like this strategy from Xavi Alonso, trying to bring in a old head-ish. He's only 28, but he's still more experienced than any other signing we've made recently, besides Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson, which is crazy that Blue Co have now completely hit a 360, switched around the exact plan we're going to have. So I'll definitely take a signing like this. I think it's going to be great for the team. Again, whether he's a starter or a backup to Hato, whatever the plan is for him, will he be a player that can also play a left wing back if we do that kind of formation every once in a while? But it's definitely looking more and more like he's going to play the 4-2-3-1. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I'm just very surprised that all of a sudden it looks like we're going to get him. We move. PFT Corporation sponsorship with Chelsea has officially come to an end just 15 months after the agreement had been signed. That was the side, left, right shirt sponsor. I don't know which side it was, but I know it was on there. The Vietnamese technology company served as Chelsea's sleeve sponsor last season with its logo featuring on the club shirt as part of a deal worth 17.5 million. I wanted to speak about this because this is just another big thing that Chelsea FC are missing. We've brought in the experience, we brought in the manager. The next big thing we need to bring in is a front shirt sponsor and just other sponsors. So it'll be interesting to see maybe if we can finally get that in for this season, if we can get a long-term thing. Maybe some companies are more willing to look at Chelsea, look at a Xavi Alonso, and, be more willing to work with us, So I'm not sure. I really doubt anything is going to really come of this for a while, but I just wanted to bring up the topic that we still do not have a front shirt sponsor. We still probably won't till halfway through the season. Let's just be real. Chelsea FC, I know you want a lot of money, but Blue Co, bro, just take any money you get at this point and run with it. We don't need, hundreds of millions of dollars from a front shirt sponsor. Let's just get one in so we don't look like idiots and move on. And we will move on as well. Reggie Walsh is on the verge of being loaned out. Wigan are leading the race for him while other Championship and League One teams are interested. Fine with me. Just wanted to touch on this a little bit. He's not a player that's really going to play much here. Too good for the academy, I feel like. So a good Championship team is good. I've always thought it was weird recently that I feel like a lot of our players are going to a Strasborg, which if they're good enough, fine, but Reggie Walsh is not good enough for Strasborg. But just other teams, around the world when there are championship teams that are willing to bring in a player like that. I think it is great to send a player to the championship, aka Reece James. Did Reece James go to Wigan? And we all know how good he is now, So Reggie Welsh, I think that is good for him. I think he'll, start at a League One team especially. But the last thing you want to do is, loan him out and he never plays to a championship team. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure I'll keep you guys updated with that. We move on. Como are trying to close a deal for Trevor Chalobah and are offering 28 plus bonuses. Next hours will be crucial. This was 19 hours ago. Trevor Chalobah, we know at this point he's 100% going to be leaving the club. I think that's pretty certain. Como were out of the race, and now they came back in. I think Como wanted to buy him for, I think, around 25. We wanted to sell him for 30, so now they're coming in for the 28 plus the bonuses. Makes sense. I think we should just accept the deal, take the pure profit. We were trying to sell Chalobah for about $50 million a couple years ago, and now we're only getting 30, which is crazy considering the fact that Badiashile is also probably going to go for around 30 million, which is just mind-blowing because I feel like Chalobah's a lot better. But again, it's one for your pure profit. He can go to Como, play Champions League football with Cesc Fabregas. We spoke about it a lot. It's good for him. This is good for his career. At this point, with Chelsea FC, it's going to be Lacroix, Colwill, Fofana, I guess Tosin at this point because Xabi Alonso seems to really like him for whatever reason, maybe because he's tall and leadership. So he would be a fifth string, most likely. Maybe he can switch to Fofana, I don't know, but he wouldn't play that much here. So this is good for his career. I feel like, it's what's best. And good luck to him. We move. Danny Welbeck. When you hear the interest of Chelsea, this is a quote from him, when you hear the interest from Chelsea, it's something that fills you with immense pride. I'm really honored to come to a club with this stature at what feels like a really exciting time. I know a few of the boys already, and I've had fantastic conversations with the manager and already feel the connection. I've got that fire in my belly, and I'm ready to give it everything for the club. I'm buzzing to be here. It's an incredible opportunity. I'm really grateful, thankful, and privileged for a big club. I'm really buzzing about the next chapter of my career now. I'm sure you're buzzing because you're 35 years old and you're getting a move to a top-level team. But I'm glad he's in here. He seems like a good guy. He seems like someone, who obviously it's just quotes, it's media, whatever. But I think he's a player that really could come in as a backup. We know he's not going to start. But provide goals, maybe a couple assists here and there. He seems like someone that really does give it his all. We've seen him celebrate. We've seen him score against us for Brighton. So thank God, at least when we play Brighton, he can't score against us anymore. I think he had like 14 goals in the Prem last year, something like that. But he knows he's probably going to come in and never start games. I'm sure Xabi Alonso told him that, but he don't care because it's Chelsea FC. It's a chance for him to win titles in his career. Where did he play? I know he played at Arsenal way earlier in his career, but I'm excited for him to be here again. It'll be interesting to see how the pecking order works, with Jackson, Delap, Gouy. We've talked about it a million times. What's going to happen with all those dem men? Are they going to get sold? Are we going to have 20 million strikers? We'll have to see. But it's good to see these quotes from Danny Welbeck, that he has pride in the club as well. We've seen pictures of him now at Cobham. He signed his contract, and he's fully here. Anyway, we move. Pedro Neto has been linked to Al Hilal as they are looking for a top-level winger, but the priority at the moment is Ndiaye. I think that's how you say his name. Liverpool have been spoken of, but there's nothing there as of now. Pedro Neto is very happy at Chelsea. It seems like at this point, Pedro Neto will be staying at Chelsea. I give it probably 70% chance he stays at Chelsea now, as it was looking like it was maybe a 70% chance he leaves. I'm okay if he stays, as long as it doesn't take away from Quenda and Esteval. Esteval needs to be starting. He needs to be the starting right winger. I don't want to see Neto be that starting right winger. I don't care if he's older. I need Esteval to start starting games and really get to the level we know he can be, along with Palmer and Joao Pedro. We know how that connection is. So I'm okay if he stays. If he leaves, we should be demanding like $70 million because of how much some of these other players have gone for in this transfer market. So, That's another thing. We'll keep you updated at this point. I think he will stay. I'm okay with him staying. He actually had a decent season last year, really looking back at the stats, but he's just not very creative. He always goes backwards. Like, he'll be one-on-one with defenders, and he'll do a stupid Ronaldo chop and go backwards. But we'll see what happens with Neto in the future. Next, Xavi Alonso would need time to evaluate Mikhailo Mudryk before deciding to include him in his plans. Mudryk is set to join the Chelsea team in Asia and Australia. Unfortunately, now that it's died down a little bit, it's still so crazy to see this and read about it and know he's going to be coming into Chelsea FC. But he is not going to be good enough, unfortunately. 2 years out the game. Sure, he's been training, whatever, but the match fitness is going to be so low. It'll be interesting to see maybe when he starts playing. Oh my gosh, the day he gets subbed on and gets to play is going to be absolutely flipping phenomenal, though I absolutely cannot wait. I could talk about him for forever, honestly. He's my golden boy. I got the Pulisic jersey. If you watched my video yesterday, I got the Gallagher jersey as well. It's somewhere over here, but I'm going to be moving that somewhere else. I got to get a Mikhailo Mudryk jersey, man. It might just have to happen, Spend like 120 British pounds on a Mikhailo Mudryk jersey. Ain't no problem to me, mate. But, yeah, I think at this point, send him to Strasborg. Maybe even a player like here. Send him to, maybe a championship team. It might be that case. Send him to Wigan. You know what I mean? Anyway, we move. There are many questions about Enzo Fernandez. Forget about Real Madrid. His agent is arriving in Europe. There will be new meetings next week to discuss his future. This is a big one, but we've talked about it a million times, so I'm kind of just going to go over it quickly. Enzo Fernandez, will he stay, will he go? I think it's still pretty 50-50. If anything, maybe 60% he stays. At this point, I think it's just Man City that are interested in him. Excuse me, it's a weird triangle. Real Madrid, Man City, Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez, Rodri, Real Madrid. Real Madrid want Rodri. If he goes there, then Enzo Fernandez probably will be bidded and will get as much money as he wants because Maresca loves him at Man City. Jesus, I can't speak. It'll be really interesting to see how good Man City is this year. I'm really curious to see if they're going to be up there winning anything, but we'll have to see. Again, Enzo, hopefully at this point he just stays. It's looking more and more likely that he will. Just wanted to touch on that real quickly. We move. Badiashile could leave Chelsea in the next days or weeks. He has interest from France and Italy, and he is on Napoli's list. The player is open to the move. He is expected to leave. This is good. This is from Fabrizio Romano. This is good. I want him to leave because he's just not going to play. You're going to be so low in the pecking order. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him as well. We'll just move on from that. There's no really reason to keep talking about that. Lastly, João Pedro is not the only Chelsea player expected to get a fresh agreement in place in the coming weeks. Could that mean Enzo Fernandez will get the contract that he rightfully deserves? We'll have to see. Hopefully he does. If you made it this far, make sure you like and subscribe. I got the Pulisic jersey up top. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. When do we play again? I think we play again on Wednesday, so I do need to make a preview video tomorrow. So I will see you guys tomorrow.